Please note this episode discusses mature themes. While not explicit, listener discretion is advised. Errol Lindsay's life was tragically taken in 1991 by the infamous serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer, a man whose horrifying actions would shock the world and forever alter the lives of his victims and their families. For Errol's family, the loss was a profound, heartbreaking tragedy, one that filled them with overwhelming grief and a deep sense of anger. Like many trauma survivors, they found themselves grappling with the intense emotions that come with such a devastating event. But amidst her pain, one voice stood out in the courtroom: Rita Isbell, Errol's sister. Her emotional and powerful victim impact statement became a viral sensation in the 90s as the world witnessed her raw pain and outrage directed at the man who had stolen her brother's life. For decades, the media reduced Rita to that single moment in the courtroom, often overlooking the full complexity of her story. Her grief, pain, and the years of healing that followed were overshadowed by headlines. In recent years, Rita has spoken out about her portrayal in Ryan Murphy's award-winning series Dahmer and how it re-traumatized her. Murphy's series, which dramatized the lives of Dahmer's victims and their families, was made without contacting any of the families involved, nor was any consent given to depict their personal stories. Despite this, Rita's experience was reduced to a sensationalized version of her emotional courtroom statement, failing to capture the true depth of her journey beyond that painful moment. Instead of honoring her humanity, the series became another painful reminder of her trauma. Despite these challenges, Rita's life is a testament to strength, resilience, and perseverance. Though her path has been shaped by unimaginable loss and the pain of public scrutiny, she has worked tirelessly to find peace and joy in this life. Through her love of nature and music, Rita continues to make new memories, embracing life to the fullest while honoring the legacy of her brother. Her story is not one defined by trauma, but by her remarkable ability to rise above it and live with purpose, strength, and hope. This is True Crime in Hollywood, Rita's personal tale. All right, listeners, today is a very, very, very special interview for me because this is somebody that I have been thinking about for years. Miss Rita Isbell is someone that really came into my orbit because there are a lot of scripted series out there that are being done without the knowledge and approval of family members who have lost somebody very tragically. So this is someone that the media has solely minimized your identity to. And what I'm referring to is your victim impact statement and your reaction to Jeffrey Dahmer, who took your brother away from you along with your loved ones. I want people to get to know you, Miss Rita, because I have had the pleasure of getting to know you over the last few weeks, and you have been dealt a difficult hand of cards in this lifetime, and you are so much more than what has been shared already about you, especially I feel being exploited in the media. So this is really our opportunity to get to talk about things that I think people will hopefully walk away with some more understanding about you, but equally getting to know you as the wonderful person that you are. So thank you so much for doing this interview with me today. I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome, but I disagree with you on
Do
one
it.
part.
Do it. Yeah. What do you disagree?
Everybody don't like me.
Oh, Miss Rita.
Everybody don't like me.
Well, I do. And I find you to be just so interesting and so lovely. So I truly mean that. So with that being said, one of the things, that you shared with me and you opened up about was your early childhood and the difficulties that you experienced during those formative years. What can you share with me about that?
Um, Nobody would ever believe that my childhood was difficult. It was to me. They
Yeah.
was looking on the outside.
Mm.
So they only saw me clean, living with my grandma and her children, and I had a roof over my head, but it was ugly living in that house for me as a child. For me, it
Yeah.
was. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And that goes without saying, that you already were dealing with such heavy things in that time. How do you think that has kind of shaped you to where you're at today though? Because I think you are so strong and you are so brave, and I feel like some of that, trauma that you've experienced in those younger years have kind of created this woman and this powerhouse that you are today.
it made me who I am today. It made me strong. It taught me how to survive. It taught me how to put out in the universe. So whatever I get back, it was because of what I put out.
Mm,
Those things that didn't feel good when I was raised, when I was growing up as a kid, uh, the certain people that didn't like me, the lashing out because of what was going on in the home made me very, very strong. I can
mhm,
survive a storm,
mhm,
which the world is about to see. I can live through that storm. I don't have to rely on my mom, my dad, nobody. I don't have to rely on those people. I know how to get through it on my by myself, on my own,
mhm,
from what I went through as a kid and through my teenage years and my early 20s when I was just doing stuff uh with no guidance, just out here on my own, doing a lot of stupid stuff,
mhm.
which I can acknowledge today, but it taught me so much. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, I guess it was my journey.
Yeah.
It was my journey. I'm still on my journey.
Mhm.
Had to get some tweaking in there, but yeah,
Yeah.
it taught me how to. It really taught me about people. Life
Mm,
has
mhm.
real, genuine people, fake people, just people. It taught me how to live. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can honestly say, just learning more about that, you're right, and you're still on this journey, and I think
Yeah,
that's what
love it.
is, what people need to understand, because I think oftentimes when we talk about such traumatic things, especially in the media, people kind of just trim that down to that time frame, and then
Right.
it's like you're living your life after that, but that's not the
Hmm.
truth, because you're still dealing with the everything that you were going through decades ago, and
Yeah.
it still comes up and it's still perpetuated. So with that, you lost Errol during, a time that again seemed very transitional for yourself, for your family. So can you share with us a little bit about him and some of those fond memories that you do have of him?
Yeah. He was really just a typical kid trying to get by in life. I would say that his upbringing wasn't the best. I'm not
Mhm.
here to bash my mom or anybody.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It was what it was. His childhood wasn't the best, although I thought it could have been better, but I wasn't his parent. So
Yeah.
uh, he went through some things. He
Mhm.
went through a lot of things. Got hit by a car at a very early age. I don't even know if he was in school or not. He got hit by a car, but he survived that.
It's
Earl, today is not a good day to talk about Earl, but I'm gonna get through it. I already know it's not a good day to talk about Earl.
and
'Cause
Miss
I
Rita,
could
we don't
just,
have to.
I,
We
I got a
absolutely don't
lot
have to.
going on myself, and he's like, "You can do this some other time. You need to get yourself down situated because you're the only one that's been here for me
Mhm.
through the whole thing." Yes, like a movie come out, you got family members that I personally have never met come out and speak because for one they couldn't find me, so they didn't find any relative that would speak about them,
Mhm.
and then that's it. But None of them even know that this is ongoing. Just because it's not in the media, it's still ongoing. They have no idea that I'm still doing podcasts, traveling. Nobody has no idea. And so, since I'm still doing this, I'm going to get back to Earl. Since I'm still doing this, I get phone calls, text messages. I don't respond because I have my life to deal with. I have my children, grandchildren, and great grandchildren, and Earl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still doing that. I don't have time to just gossip on the phone.
Yeah.
I really don't. So
Yeah.
if they don't understand that, too bad. Because just like I said, everybody wants to come out in the limelight when the media shines light on it. After that, I don't hear from nobody. They don't mention Earl, nobody else. And I'm still doing this. So
Yeah.
the one thing I think I was telling you before, the one major thing that I think the family really wants to know is if I'm getting any money. That's
Mm.
all they want to know. And as long as they feel or think that I'm not doing well, I don't have any problems with them.
Right.
So I keep it like that.
Yeah.
I
And
keep it
that's
like
raw
that.
and that's honest. And I
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
appreciate you
Mm-hmm.
even sharing that. And,
Yeah.
you know, something that you also just said is that the support system isn't there for you.
No.
So, yeah.
I can't rely. And I can't say not a one. One relative is helping me with this.
Yeah.
Or they don't even call to check and see nothing. And they all know I'm a severe diabetic. I do believe they hope I die. I really
Mm.
do believe that. Get her out the way. They've been trying to get me out the way since day one. I'm still here. I don't know why they keep trying because they know I'm going to put up a fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put up a fight.
I'm glad you're here. I mean, you really, like I said, just from our conversations, you've taught me a lot in a short amount of time, but you're so raw and you speak your truth. And I know that is not easy whatsoever in any capacity. So with that being said, because the media and this is something that is ongoing, just like you said, people are contacting you
Mhm.
pretty often. How often would you say that you're being contacted on a regular basis?
Well, it's like a roller coaster. Sometimes they'll come like a flood, and then they'll do like what Andrew did. You
Mm,
know, he's ongoing too, which
mhm,
most of you are. And then when they get to that certain part where they want to do a specific story,
mhm,
then that's when they'll come, see
mhm,
if they can contact me or
mhm.
whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but at first it was, oh, all day, all night, in the middle of the night. Yeah, yeah,
And you said news reporters outside, right? Outside of your
yeah,
home and just
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
still very much something that happens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't imagine dealing with that. And, with people who do reach out to you, um, one of the things that you also said that has stuck with me, and I've been thinking about it so much. You have done so many interviews over
Oh,
decades at this point.
yeah.
And that is something that when you do an interview like that, people go home, turn off the camera, turn off the lights, and
Mm-hmm.
their life continues on. That is not what happens for you. Can you talk to me about
Mm-hmm.
that?
Yeah, I had some threatening phone calls.
Mm,
They would say they would be outside of where I was at that particular time, come outside, and I don't know, it's just crazy.
yeah.
They did leave all kind of nasty text messages on my phone,
Mm,
you know, because those are his fans. And just like Halloween this year, only had two that came after me. They send me pictures of Dahmer, and they always tell me that they are glad of what he did.
oh,
Uh-huh. So that's to upset me. So what I do when they tell me that they love Jeffrey Dahmer, I say, and so do I. That's how I
Mm,
respond to what
yeah.
they don't want me to say what I say. They want me to be in a rage. They
Right.
always want to see me like I was in the courtroom. That's how
Yeah.
everybody wants to see me.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
you are
how I
so
do
much
too.
more than that. You are
I
so much
tell
more.
you.
I mean, that's what angers me the most. And I think that's why I wanted to connect with you because I feel like that's all you're resorted to is that
What?
one
Hmm.
incident.
Hmm.
And
And anybody with common sense, if I walked around like that every day, all day, don't you know they would kill me or put me in the nut house if that
mm,
was really me? If
yeah.
that, people are weird. I don't enjoy people.
I can attest to that absolutely. And that is something that you're touching on that is really important that I want people to understand is that as much as, the world can understand that, these serial predators like Dahmer, they have fans. And I don't know why people don't really understand that because it's true. And it's what I have found in the Bundy world. But the fact that they come after you, and just as you said, just 3 days ago.
I'm beginning to understand why.
Yeah.
Because they're just like him. It's a lot of Jeffrey Dahmers out here
Yeah.
that we haven't discovered yet. It was always Jeffrey Dahmer's, Ted Bundy, Wayne, him, all of them. It's
Hmm.
been this way since the beginning of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always been that way. Just wasn't aware of it, or you hardly ever heard of it, or it wouldn't happen to you or somebody that you know. But
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
Exactly. And it's disturbing to say the least because
Mhm.
I also know it's also these younger generations that I don't
Mhm.
know, idolize them and it's maddening to me. And so knowing that they are even remotely doing that because you also started your own TikTok at some point and then it
Yeah,
started.
thanks to Tara. She told me to do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tara told me to do that. Hmm.
Yes. Yes, she did. And and I think there is a power in being able to, you know, own your story and be able to, communicate with people. But the flip side of that are these people who then attack you. And just as you said, they try to provoke you, which is I will
Kids,
never understand that.
they're kids. I understand they're young and they're children, most
Yeah.
of them. I
Yeah.
understand where they're coming from. Like I was telling you before, I wasn't a very good kid either. I wasn't a very good kid either. But yeah, I
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're children and a lot of them wasn't born when this happened. It's like a joke to them
Yeah.
until it happens to them.
Right.
So my thing about really getting on TikTok is to teach people, young people, because they're my fans, they're
Mm.
my audience, the young people, to teach them how to deal with tragic situations. Don't give up thinking you can't cope with it and go kill yourself. That is not the answer because you created another tragedy. You're leaving people behind.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my thing. I go on there and tell them how to deal with tragedy, which I'm getting ready to I really should start my own channel
You should.
every week. I really should. And
Hmm.
then not only that, you have situations where you have health issues along with the tragedies. You got
Hmm.
to learn how to cope with it and deal with it and keep it moving as if none of that has ever happened.
Yeah.
That's how you live life. Got to stay focused no matter what comes your way because it's coming. And
Yeah.
some people was built to deal with certain things like this. Other people are not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sat back and thought about everything. I said, I didn't really have a chance from day one.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
I
Yeah.
didn't understand a lot of stuff, but that's why Earl always counted on me. He never disrespect me like the other siblings.
Hmm.
He really, really catered to me. He used to come to my house and tell on what's going on where he was living with his mom and his siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always the two that
Yeah.
want to control everything.
Well, I am all for you doing something like that because like I said, you've already taught me a lot in a short amount of time and you like I said, one of the most bravest, courageous women I've had the pleasure of meeting thus far and I could see that. And uh and so when I first really saw you come into the media with Hollywood if you will, with Mr. Ryan Murphy, which was
Oh,
something that did not sit right with me when I first heard about this project, and then learning that you were never contacted. There was never an opportunity to have a conversation, and this was now you being depicted in a series word for word. I mean that in itself, what can you share about that?
well, first of all, by him doing that, he has caused a lot of misunderstanding with the world. Everybody I know, which pisses me off most of the time, depending on what type of mood I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, you ought to get you a lawyer. You ought to get paid for that. Oh, there's something should be done about that. We know all of that. We know
Mhm.
all of that. Why you think it's not being done?
Mhm.
You think I'm just going to sit here and just let it go by? Yeah, he caused a lot of problems for me too, just by doing that.
Yeah.
And then lied about it. And then get away with it. So
And again and again and again, because he
over
just
and
did it
over again.
again. Yeah.
I was just watching Monsters, the Menendez brothers,
Yep.
last night. It was on
Oh.
last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is a perfect example where
Mhm.
he didn't learn
You
from
know, he
any.
doesn't care.
Yeah.
He really doesn't care. And it makes me want to believe that it's a part of him that's just like Dahmer and the rest of them. That's what I believe.
Because
Hmm.
it's a sense of power and it's a sense of control, if you will. I mean, it's again depicting somebody's life and doing so in a way that again minimizes what
Yeah.
you had to actually go through. And that's
I
what
was,
makes me upset.
I was told that he was gay also. I can't really say that because I don't know that. But if I went out there and said that, oh, I bet I would get in trouble.
Right.
Even if it's true, I would
Right.
get in trouble.
Right. Because you're under the microscope at the
Mm-hmm.
and everyone is all eyes are on you and what you have
Mm-hmm.
to say.
Mm-hmm.
But that
Little old me. Yeah, right. I
right,
must have some type of power.
right. Now, Miss Rita, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, this interview is also to let people know about the person that you are. And one of the things that you shared with me was your love of music.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
want to talk about that for a minute because I would love for people to hear about that because you were a musician starting in your younger years and then now what you're
Mm-hmm.
doing today. So, can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I can hear everybody say, she wasn't no damn she wasn't no damn music.
Well, they're about
Yeah,
to learn.
I started out playing the flutophone in like the third grade. Then I messed with the flute a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was always in the concert band and choir and all those other vocal things and a majorette. And actually, right now, I'm actually teaching myself how to play the piano. So
Yeah.
that'll be, mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is
Mhm.
my favorite fact about you right now. So tell me how you're doing that. So,
Well, I haven't been lately. I'm
yeah,
doing everything all
yeah,
day, and then I don't get in as much sunlight. So, and I don't drive at night. So,
yeah.
yeah, if I'm not up doing my own thing, because everything opens what at 9 and 10, so I have all those like from 5 to 9 or 10 to
Yeah.
do something. But yeah, I'm getting situated right now. I'm enjoying my life right now. I spend a lot of time alone. That's how I learn a lot of stuff.
Mm, yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I've always loved music. I have people I grew up with right now that say when they hear a certain song, it reminds them of me.
Mm,
Mhm.
I love that. And you have a love of jazz music.
Oh yes, that's me all the way. That's
Yeah.
me all the way.
Who
Mhm.
are some of your favorite jazz musicians?
Okay, I did tell you some of them before, which is Bonnie James,
Yeah.
Bob James, and I still say Rick James. How's his name all James? Oh no. Um Brian Culver's son and
Yeah. Oh, so great.
Paul Scott and the Crusaders I told you.
Yeah.
Uh,
And you enjoy you've gone to some concerts as
oh
well.
yeah. Yeah, my very first concert I went to was Earth, Wind and Fire. And I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I went by myself.
Ooh,
I went to go and see, I saw Bob James before too. I saw the Crusaders before. I saw Najee before.
yeah.
Yeah. A
Wow.
bunch of them. It was a bunch of them. Yeah, I
Yeah.
always went to concerts.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always did.
And music for you, is that also kind of like a healing thing as well to be
It
able to
takes me
kind of,
away. It takes
yeah.
me away. Plus,
Yeah.
I listen to music on my headphones so I hear every instrument. I mean, every instrument.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the ones that you don't even realize that's being played. Yeah, because I
Mm-hmm.
grew up in a house where we had almost every instrument in the house.
Wow.
Piano, organs, tambourines, drums, bongos, uh,
Wow.
maracas, chopsticks. Yes.
Wow.
In our home, we used to have choir rehearsal in our home. Mhm,
That's amazing. Wow.
mhm.
I love learning that. That's incredible. So, Miss Rita, I would love to shift a little bit and ask you some questions that might seem a little silly, but I honestly want to know your truth. So, if you could have
Ah,
if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
it would be to stop people like Ryan Murphy from telling lies on people. Stop making people feel bad when they already were feeling bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, you need to be punished. You need to be held accountable for that crap.
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah. I'll take that. Yeah, absolutely. How about something like a favorite show or a favorite movie that you have seen over your lifetime?
The imitation of life. Hmm.
Yeah. What stuck out about that to you?
When the mother passed and the daughter, she wanted to be white. She wanted to pass for white. She was black, but she was real light skinned. And her mom was so sweet to her, and she just treated her mom so bad around her white friends.
Mhm.
And when she passed, she was devastated.
Mhm.
So the reason why I said that was because I know I could have treated my grandmother better, not realizing that her own kids treated her like crap for the most part. And, I know I could have treated her better.
Yeah.
And she passed when I was 16. And
Yeah.
then the family members really didn't have a clue what happened to me after she passed. They just assumed that I was with my mother the whole time after she passed. No, no, I
Mhm.
was gone, out of sight, out of mind. Nobody wanted to be bothered with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
that's
that's one of my
important.
favorite movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. Now, if you were an animal, which would you be?
An eagle.
Ooh, I like
An
this answer.
eagle. No lion, no tiger, no bear. An eagle.
Mm, mm-hmm. I love it. Ooh, that's a good one. Now, I know you touched on this a little bit, but do you have another hobby or passion that might surprise people?
Why, being outside? Which one did I say?
Definitely the music and then learning how to play the piano is one
Yeah,
of,
yeah, I do like nature.
yeah.
What did I tell you?
You were telling me about some of your trips, and this is also
Traveler. Traveler.
traveling. Yes. And you
Yeah,
said you know how to travel on a
yeah,
budget.
I'm a professional traveler on a budget. That's what I said. Yes.
You need a YouTube channel of that too. So,
Yeah, I do. I do. I
yeah,
do.
because I think,
Mhm.
again, in this day and age, it is hard to travel because it is really expensive, but you have figured out the science to this and how to do it. So, what
Yeah.
were some of the places that you've gone to, especially some of the nature ones that have stuck with you?
Oh, I've been to Yellowstone National Park.
Mm.
I've been to, well, yeah, I used to live in North Dakota. I should have stayed
Mhm.
there. Should have
Yeah,
stayed there.
yeah.
I've been to the Badlands, mm,
Oh,
where nothing grows. They say nothing grows.
yeah.
Where else have I been? Oh, to Canada.
Oh,
Oh, I've been to Canada. Yeah.
yeah. That's amazing. I love it.
And I just about been to all the states, the
Wow.
units, all the cities in this country. Yeah, just about.
Are there any that kind of stuck with you of those cities that you've been to?
I like New Jersey. I really like New Jersey.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like New Jersey because I could go anywhere. I mean, it was right there. New York,
Mhm.
Connecticut,
Yeah.
Cleveland, Philadelphia. Hmm
Wow. And did you travel alone then during these?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just
Wow.
about everything I've done, it was alone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I really advocate for you to creating something about traveling because I really do think that is when you first shared, that that was something that you like to do. It was I could hear it in your voice that that is something that has been very pivotal. Okay. One of the other things that you and I talked about were some local favorites, and whether that be, restaurants or coffee shops, bookstores. What are some of your go-to places to eat?
Well, the little local ones you wouldn't know about, but
Mhm.
Eduardo's. I remember we
You
were
tell me
talking about
about
Eduardo's.
Eduardo's.
That is the best pizza in the world. So did
Yeah,
you look it up?
I did look it up. Mhm.
So
I Well, first of all, I want it shipped to me if I could. But that's the other thing that you shared is that you like to cook as well. Yes?
yeah, yeah, I like putting together stuff like herbs,
Mm,
using different herbs and spices like the Indians do.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And
Yeah.
you love Mexican food too, yes?
I love Mexican food.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Love
do.
it. Do you like spicy food?
A little,
A little bit.
a
Okay.
little.
Yeah.
I do. I do like spicy foods, but I know how much spicy foods to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mhm,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
mhm, mhm.
I'm sure that you could try some really spicy stuff on my side with some Mexican
Oh,
food.
so do you know about the corn on the cob with a stick? You roll it in
Like an elote?
mayo and
Uh-huh.
you know about that,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and the cayenne pepper
Yep.
and
Yep.
the Parmesan cheese. You know about
Mm-hmm.
that?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Do you like that?
Oh, yes, I do. Elote
Yeah.
corn is oof. Now I'm hungry. Now I would like some of that. But yes, I mean that is and you know what's in there. So you've broken
Mhm,
that
mhm.
down.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
I love that. Oh
I
my,
eat chimichangas all the time too.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And okay, and something that you also said to me was that you have also, with your health, you have been able to really stabilize that with,
Mhm.
how you live and the things that
Mhm.
you eat. What can you share about that too?
Well, I'm a type 1 diabetic.
Mhm.
I was born a diabetic and didn't know it.
Mm,
But by me I used to be an athlete, and I used to watch my weight a lot as a kid.
mm,
And I learned how to eat to control my diabetes. I
mhm,
learned what to eat, when to eat, and what time to eat it.
mm,
And I learned if I'm doing pretty good with my diabetes, I can go 16 hours nonstop
yeah.
eating for 16 hours.
Whoa.
And then when I do eat, it's fruit, mm,
Yeah.
fruit instead of meat. Don't
Yeah.
eat a lot of meat,
Mhm.
especially today, because you don't know what you're eating anyway unless you go on the farm,
Right.
a real farm,
Yeah.
and hand pick your meats. But you don't eat that stuff today. I can see the glue in some of the meat that they glue together. But I know a lot of people that just can't live without eating meat. I'm like,
Yeah.
and that's what's killing you, meat. Yeah, I do pretty good with diabetes here. I do better than what my doctor tell me to do. I know my body,
Yeah.
and I'm older now. And
Mhm.
it doesn't work as good as it used to because I'm older now. And then my body grew up on natural foods. And then
Mhm.
here lately it's dealing with other stuff which don't agree with me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm coming from both worlds.
Right.
Whereas today people they think what they're eating is real food and it tastes good. I'm like, no, this is not it.
Yeah. It's a
And
lot of
my body is
processed
not,
food.
yeah, yeah, it's just awful. It's
Yeah.
just awful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because you said also, though, that you go to different kinds of markets as well.
Yeah, farmers markets.
Yep.
I go to
And you
farmers
said
market.
Asian markets
Yeah,
and yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yes,
That's
I
amazing.
do.
Yeah.
I try to stay out of the grocery store, the regular local grocery stores. That's not how you eat.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. And another thing that goes with that is you watch your surroundings, you stay focused, you got to keep your mind clear.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
ashwagandha if you feel angry. Everybody, listen
Yeah.
to me. Take ashwagandha if you feel
Yeah.
out of control, angry. It calms you right down. You don't need to get on hard drugs. You don't need a prescription from your doctor. Take ashwagandha. If you just a smile and calm.
Yeah.
Now I can make all of the media out of a lie. If they had to interview me when I was on that, I would have been talking just like this in the courtroom if
Yeah.
I was on Act One.
Yeah. Oh,
Jeffrey, now you know you shouldn't have did that to my brother. I would have been talking like that if I was on Ash One.
wow.
But he needed to get exactly what I said and how I said it and more.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm,
Absolutely. And that was your truth. At the end of the
mhm,
day, that was
mhm.
your truth, and you should not be faulted for that in any capacity
I
because,
don't care. You know, I don't care what nobody said.
yeah,
This happened to me. Now,
exactly.
how you deal with things, that's you.
Yeah,
This is how I felt about my brother. This is
agreed.
how I felt about him. I
Right,
know his story. He was trying to survive in the first place. That's why it happened to him. Nobody wants to deal with that.
right.
Nobody wants to deal with that.
Mm, that is hard. And something that you said that I want to go back though, you were an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
What sports did you play?
Track and field.
Mm, yeah.
Track and field.
What was that like being able to run? Was that also like another kind of mechanism that would help you kind of with your
Okay, Queen.
clarity?
I was telling you, I remember now I was telling you, I said, I joined everything because I didn't like going home.
Yep. I
Hmm
remember you saying
I
that.
joined everything that I
Mm-hmm.
could think of, church and school.
Yeah.
I used to have to beg to go to the parties with my little neighbor buddies.
Yeah.
She'll let me go. I have to be home at a certain time, all that
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, I never want to be in the house. After church on Sundays, I used to go over to my little buddy's house after church.
And that makes a lot of sense, and truly it goes without saying that Miss Rita, you, like I said, you have taught me so much in a short amount of time, and I think people need to hear from you and from you as the human that you are and the journey that you have been on. Because just like you said, you keep going and you keep progressing, and this is, and truly, and for most
Mhm.
people, that's it's a lot. And it is a lot to endure such traumatic events, let alone letting it be played out in the media and vilifying you nonetheless.
I
So
love
I,
a challenge too. I like challenges.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
really should. I should do some. I need to go on here and tell people how to actually live and survive. Just because you grow up and get a job and think you're gonna do well, no, stuff happens in
yeah,
between. I took that mess from Jeffrey Dahmer, what he did, and I turned it into a positive because I believe if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't feel about life like I do.
yeah,
I enjoy life today. I don't care what happens. As long as I got an automobile, I can go in and just sit here like I'm doing now.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just sitting here, chilling in the rain. Nobody can hear me talk to you.
Yeah,
And my
yeah,
personal conversations, I don't want anybody to hear.
yeah,
I really don't want to be around people unless I know for a fact that they're good people. I
yeah,
don't like phony people. I don't like people that always get strength when it's more than them around. They always want to play, oh, I'm here for you when it's just me and them. When they
hmm,
have other people around, oh, mm-mm. So
yeah,
I don't participate in none of that. And like I said, I was 16 when my grandmother passed, and whatever event that the family has had from that time to now, I don't attend. I have
yeah,
never attended none of them.
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah,
No, I just don't feel good around them.
yeah,
My spirit and their spirit don't go together.
yeah.
Uh-uh. They said I talk too much. Yeah, because I tell the truth. But yeah,
But truly, your peace matters
it's my peace.
most
I don't
because
want to
you
be
don't
around
have to
them.
do anything for anybody else that's not, giving that effort back to you. And that's what I find so admirable about you is that I think, oftentimes the truth is harder than, for people to swallow. And so then they just kind of keep conforming and keep going along, with
I'm a
that
troublemaker. I'm
trauma.
a troublemaker.
No.
I'm a troublemaker.
You are a truth teller and you are someone that has survived so much, and which is why I have enjoyed these conversations with you because your resilience, it's, I've never really seen anything like it, to be honest, because I know a lot of things that you've gone through would break people and would,
Yeah.
put them in difficult situations. And so I am learning a lot about you, and other people can absolutely learn more from you because, just like you said, you have been able to do so much with so much difficult things in your life. And truly, I just appreciate everything that you have done. And I know it hasn't been easy, but I hope you know I am not going anywhere. And I truly want to know that you are doing okay, that you are, being in a situation where if you need to talk about something, I'm here and I'm always going to be here to be able to support you in that capacity because I can hear that there is a lot of pain and anger and just
Mhm.
not, it's the world against you. And I hate that has been a lot of, your life path, but truly just you're so wise. You are truly wise, and I appreciate everything that you are doing, and I know these conversations and these interviews are not easy whatsoever, and just by you even responding to me, I mean, just that alone, even if it just turned into that, I was grateful for just that, because, like I said, watching from afar, I can see how powerful and how much you have pushed through, and like I said, just hearing your story, hearing more about the life you have been dealt. I can't
Mhm.
imagine. So, Miss Rita, I mean, with that, promise me that we're going to stay in touch. And I want to know more about your cooking efforts and where you're going and eating. And I would love to one day and be able to sit down and have some pizza with you too, because
When we
that
talk
made
about,
me hungry.
I think there's a possibility where you can get that pizza. You know what?
Yeah.
I can go get you one and have it shipped.
Oh my goodness. That
I
would.
can have one shipped to you.
Whew.
Mhm.
I mean, I know there are restaurants in Chicago that do ship their pizzas and
Mhm.
but truly, this has just been such a lovely conversation and I hope people really get to know you a little bit more, but I am advocating for you to start a YouTube, more of your TikToks. People need to learn
Mhm.
from you, Miss Rita. You are a teacher and truly and you have taught me a lot in this short amount of time. So I really do hope that we hear more from you because you've got a lot of value. I hope you know that.
I need to put everything in its right place. And
Yeah.
once I get settled in and calm down and more relaxed, and yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be sometime next year, the
Yeah.
early part.
Okay.
After the election, everybody's calmed down and angry about who they voted for and all that crap.
You and me both.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because that needs
I
to
even
stop.
haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
Okay, you got two people that's running.
Mhm.
One is just as bad as the other. So why
Mhm.
vote? Why?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Because one is going to do one thing you like, and the other one is going to do something that you don't. And it's both ways.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to figure out you don't need the government if you really understood how life works. It's up to you.
Mhm.
They're just like us. They bleed like us. They use the bathroom like us. They're going to die like us.
Mhm.
They're being told what to do also.
Yeah.
Got to think about all of that.
Yeah.
Think
But
about it all. And then after that, you want to complain. Well, what can you do to better
mm,
your life?
mm, mhm.
I
But
always think outside the box.
I love that though. And I think that's
Mhm.
a lot of
Something
people
to think
don't.
about. That's
Yeah,
something to think about.
absolutely.
You're relying on somebody that really cannot help you or
Yeah.
somebody that really don't fight for you.
Mhm.
This is about their own hidden agenda.
Yeah.
This is for them and their family and their loved ones. This is not for you.
Yeah. I can
Mhm.
see that. I can absolutely see that. And that's again, what we have been watching in this country happen. It
Mhm.
just perpetually it seems like every 4 years, but it is every day.
It's
This
every day.
conversation happens and it's exhausting. It is exhausting. It's a lot because I think this country has a lot of issues that I don't know if anyone can solve them. Just kind of like you're saying, because it is a difficult
Yeah.
watch. Wherever this country goes in a few days, I don't know, but you're right. You have to look out for yourself the best way that
You
you can
do.
and
You
do what
do
you
gotta
can control. Mhm.
make it make sense. That should be the slogan. Make it
Make it
make
make
sense.
sense.
Mhm. Make it make sense.
Oh my, that should have been
Mhm.
the slogan and
Mhm.
getting some signs up in yards. Make it make sense. Make America make sense again. Yeah, that. And
Yeah.
if it ever did, because I don't know if it did, just from history books and And what I have learned, being almost 40 years old, just seems like it's the same perpetuated.
It's going to get worse by the time you get my age.
Yeah,
It's going to be awful.
yeah. I can only hope that, something changes, something happens, but in the meantime, it is what it is. And you're right. I've just got to keep plugging along, doing what I can control, and that is the best of my ability to do that. So, well, Miss Rita, like I said, I just want to be here for you, and just know that anytime you want to talk about anything, share more of your wisdom, because like I said, I want people to learn more from you. I am always here, and you always have a platform to do that. So thank you again for taking the time to meet with me today, and all the other times that we've connected. It goes without saying that, like I said, you are becoming one of my heroes because, like I
Yeah.
said, I have never, ever met somebody just so resilient and pushing forward and doing so in a way that can help me see that even though I've been dealt with a difficult, life at
Yeah.
times, but
Mm-hmm.
I have been in those moments of darkness where it feels like I can't get out of it and I don't know how to get out of it, but you're right. It shouldn't end with another tragedy.
Right.
And I think that is such a that's a very impactful statement that you said. And so I hope people hear that and understand the gravitas of that, but truly that I am not blowing smoke. I mean it. You are truly becoming one of my heroes. So thank you so much for taking the chance on me and even just talking with me. And you're just you're such a lovely person. And I truly believe that you are going to make a difference as you keep sharing more about your story and your journey. So thank you again for doing this.
You can call me, contact me anytime you feel like it. Because I'm just like you too. Day or night,
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time up. I'm up in the
Yeah.
wee hours of the morning.
Right back at you. All
And
right.
that's when I go tap in Facebook. I'm on there actually looking for some, but I see the ones that's up. And I get right back off. Hmm.
Oh, I love it. Be sure to join me next week when I sit down with Kristen Akers-Gazdecki, an Emmy-nominated developer, writer, and producer of documentary content with a focus on true crime, the global war on terror, and 9/11. With nearly 25 years of experience in the field, she is known for her meticulous research and storytelling and has contributed to award-winning projects across major networks. This is True Crime in Hollywood, a personal tale. Thank you for listening, and as always, remember the victims and embrace the survivors.